Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Longchang's webinar, Innovative Application of Bioacids in Feed Meal for Low Dietary Cost. In recent years, aquafeed enterprises have made remarkable achievements in technological innovation and market expansion. However, in the face of the global economic downturn, raw material fluctuations, and other complex and changeable external environment, aquafeed enterprises are also facing unprecedented challenges. How to maintain sustainable and steady development, enhance the core competitiveness of enterprises, and ensure the quality of feed under the new situation has become an important issue facing all aquatic feed enterprises. What profitable can be innovative application bioacids bring to feed mills and farms? Let's discuss it in detail today. Well, first of all, let me briefly introduce today's speaker, Dr. Xie Shiwei, Associate Professor of the College of Fisheries, Guangdong Ocean University, Dr. Abdallah, Aquaculture Technique Manager, Dr. Rumi, Associate Professor of Jakarta Technical University of Fisheries, Dr. Zhang Jun, Director of the Research Center. They will bring speeches from new science in aquaculture feed formulation, development of practical cost-saving diet and liver protection to the application of bioacids in the feed of shrimp and carnivorous fish. Okay, now let's welcome Dr. Xie Shiwei. Dr. Xie, it's your time now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And thanks for the introduction, and it's very glad to be here to present our research about the bioacids in the feed of shrimp and carnivorous fish. And bioacids are the important components of the bio. And bioacids have many critical functions, such as it can enhance the fat emulsification and enhance the lipid catabolism, and also enhance the digestion of the lipid-soluble vitamins. And it can also produce the bilirubin. In this picture, we can see that bioacids can produce from the cholesterol and from two pathways. One is the classical pathway, and the other is the alternative pathway. And the bioacids mainly synthesized in the liver, and it can transport to other tissues. And with the help of the microbiota, it can produce to the secondary bioacids, and the bioacids in the intestine can also being reabsorbed to the liver, and here we call it the liver-intestine circulation. And here are the bioacids chemical structure. We can see that for the different kinds of bioacids, the difference is mainly the three side chain group. The different side chain group and being the different kinds of bioacids. And the bioacids mainly can be two types, primary bioacids and the secondary bioacids. And here is the many pathway about the bioacids metabolism, and we can see that the bioacids can enhance the fatty acids fat oxidation, and it can also inhibition of the glucogenesis. And it also have important role in the anti-inflammation. And the center of the biliares metabolism is the FXR, one biliares receptor. Here is a review published in last year. And in this review, we can see that the biliares application in the fish diet, and it can regulate the inert metabolism and improve the health condition of the fish. And in this figure, we can see that there are many kinds of fish, such as the grouper, the largemouth bass, and the tilapia. There are many kinds of fish have applicated the biliares in their diet. And here is the suitable level of the biliares. And in some research, the biliares are supplemented in the normal diet, and in some research, they are supplemented in the high lipid diet, and some of them supplemented in the high starch diet. And also, there are many research about the biliares in the vegetable protein-based diet. And here is a review about the research until now. And we can see that most of the research about the biliares is mainly in the carnivorous fish. And how to use the biliares? I have concluded that there are several application scenarios, and one is the common scenarios is it is additive with a wide range of functions, such as enhance the improve the growth and enhance the immune response. And there are also 5 typical scenarios. The first typical application scenarios is the application in the high-fat diet. And here is an article we published 3 years ago. And this article is a highly cited paper, and is also a hot paper. And this study was conducted in the largemouth bass, a very popular fish in China. And we can see the growth performance with the addition of the biliares, the growth performance was improved. And we also detected many immune response related genes. We can see the gene expression also enhanced by the supplementation of the biliares. And here is the lipid in the liver. And we use the oil reader stain to show the lipid contents in the liver of the largemouth bass. And here is the high starch group. We can see there are lots of lipids accumulated in the liver of the fish. And after we supplemented the biliares in the diet, the lipid contents reduced. And here is another research we have done 2 years ago. And here in this study, the biliares was applied in the diet of grouper. And in this study, we also setted the control diet and the high-fat diet, and then we supplemented the biliares in the high-fat diet. And here is the supplementation level of the bile acids. And we can see that for the growth performance, the final body weight, the weight gain, and the specific growth rate, with the addition of the bile acids, the growth of the group increased. And the suitable supplementation level is in this group is 900 milligram. And in this study, we also detected the lipid contents in the liver of group. It's similar as the last experiment in like mouse bus. We can see that with the addition of the bile acids in the high-fat diet, the lipid accumulation was reduced. And we also detected the microbiota, and we can see that the bile acids also affect the diversity of the microbiota. And here is the bile acids content in the liver, in the cerebrum, and in the intestine. And we can see that after in the high-fat diet, we can see that the bile acids decreased, and with the supplementation of the bile acids, the bile acids in the liver, in the cerebrum, and in the intestine all increased. So the supplementation of the bile acids increased the bile acids pool in the group. And we also detected the bile acids transport related gene. We can see that the bile acid transport related gene expression was decreased in the high-fat group. And after we supplemented the bile acids in the high-fat diet, their gene expression was increased. So dietary supplementation of the bile acids enhanced the bile acids transport. And here is the final review of this study. We concluded that the bile acids, supplementation of the bile acids increased the bile acids related microbiota, and increased the content of the primary bile acids, and enhanced the bile acid transport and reabsorption. And it's mainly through FXR and the TGR5, the two bile acids receptors, and then enhance the lipolysis and reduce the lipogenesis. Finally, reduce the lipid accumulation in the group. And other scenarios of application of bile acids is in the high-starch diet. And here is also a study in the large mouse bus. And we can see that the supplementation of the bile acids also improved the lipid and glucose metabolism. Since it's similar to the high-fat diet, so we move to next scenarios. The next typical application scenarios is in the low fish meal diet, and it's very important. This is a review published 4 years ago, and in this review, the author concluded that with the replacement of fish meal, the bile acids will be reduced and induce some mitigating effects. And these mitigating effects could be reduced by the dietary bile acids supplementation. And why did the bile acid would reduce in the low fish meal diet? We think it's mainly due to 3 reasons. The first is the bile acids contents reduced because bile acids is higher in the fish meal and animal protein, but it's very low or there in the plant protein. So if you replace the fish meal, the bile acids content will be reduced. And then the second reason may be the increased bile acids excretion and or the decreased reabsorption. This mainly due to the disturber of the anti-nutritional factors. And the third reason is the bile acids synthesis may be reduced in the low fish meal diet. And here is an example in the Atlantic salmon. And here we can see for the Atlantic salmon, if it feed with the high plant diet, and here is the feeding time, we can see that here is the bile acids in the plasma, here is in the liver, and here is in the intestine. We can see that the bile acids in the Atlantic salmon will be decreased after intake of the high plant diet. But for this, there are also many exciting problems, such as for different kinds of the plant protein. Until now we don't know they have the different kinds of anti-nutritional factors. So about the effects of different anti-nutritional factors on the bile acids is also unknown. And it's also have many differences in the different aquatic animals. So it's the exciting programs about the low fish meal diet. And until now, there are only a few studies about the anti-nutritional factors on the bile acids metabolism. And here is an example. They used one common anti-nutritional factors and to explore the addition of the anti-nutritional factors and the addition of the bile acids on the bile acids content in the fish, and finally find the bile acids balance. They found that when anti-nutritional factors were supplemented in the diet, the bile acids will be reduced, and it could increase after you supplemented the bile acids in the diet. And here is other applications scenarios of the bile acids is for the detoxification. Here is an article published in article in shrimp, and we can see that here they used one common toxin, and after the addition of the bile acids, we can see that the toxin residue will be reduced after you supplemented the bile acids in the diet. And we also found that the bile acid could reduce the inflammation caused by the toxins. And the thinner application scenarios of the bile acids maybe enhance the fat-soluble nutrients. We know that in the diet there are many kinds of fat-soluble nutrients, such as the sterols, the fat-soluble vitamins, the sulfates, and the astaxanthin. Bile acids can enhance the digestion and the utilization of the fat-soluble nutrients. And I think it's a very important point to reduce the feed cost, because some of the fat-soluble nutrients, they are very expensive. For example, the sulfates and the astaxanthin, they are very important. They are very expensive. So bile acids can enhance their utilization and would be beneficial to the to reduce the cost of the feed. And here is an example in this fish, and in this experiment, they cited 3 levels of astaxanthin and 2 levels of bile acids. None for this are not supplemented with bile acids, and 3 groups they supplemented with some bile acids. And here is the weight gain of the fish. We can see that when you supplemented the bile acids in the diet, no matter the level of the astaxanthin, bile acids would increase the weight gain of the fish. And here is the astaxanthin content in the fish, and we can see that it's similar as the weight gain. The addition of the bile acids would increase the astaxanthin contents in the back of the fish. So it's very important, and it's very interesting experiment. And another part of the research is mainly about the bile acids metabolism in the crustaceans, and it's for example, the shrimp, it's a very big species in China and in the world. Here are the main shrimp species found in China. And these 4 species are found in the seawater. And this 3 shrimp is found in the freshwater. And in China, the most important shrimp is the little biliares family. And in China, the production is close to 2 million tons. And for the second important shrimp in China is the biliares monodon. The biliares monodon until now it's about 100,000 tons in China. As I mentioned before, the bile acids can't be synthesized in the shrimp, but in these years, there are many articles. They find that the critical role of the bile acids in the diet of shrimp. They find the bile acids can improve the growth performance and the lipid metabolism and the immune response and also the intestine health of the shrimp. And in the past 5 years, I have done many research in the shrimp about the bile acids. Here is my first research about the bile acids in the shrimp. In this experiment, we set 3 diets. One is the high fish meal diet, and the other is the low fish meal diet. And the third one is added the bile acids. Here we use the CDC. We added the 0.1% bile acid in the low fish meal diet. And we can see that here is the growth performance. Here is the growth performance. We can see that the growth performance of the shrimp was improved after we added the bile acids in the low fish meal diet. We can see from the final body weight and the weight gain, and also the feed efficiency was increased after the dietary supplementation of the bile acids. And also for the lipid metabolism in the liver, we can see it's also improved by the supplementation of the bile acids. And we also detected the histology of the intestine and the liver. And especially in the intestine, we can see that here is the histology in the low fish meal group. We can see that the intestinal fold heat was lower in low fish meal group compared with the high fish meal group. And after we supplemented the bile acids, the fold heat was increased. And also for the ER swollen, we can see in the low fish meal diet, we find the ER swollen here. And after we supplemented the CDC, this situation was elevated. And we also detected the microbiota of the shrimp. We can find that the supplementation of the bile acids in the low fish meal diet increased the diversity and the richness of the intestinal microbiota of the shrimp, and also reduced the harmful bacteria abundance. And for the last experiment is in the biliares monodon, and we also conducted the similar experiment in the little biliares vannamei. And in this experiment, we used 4 diets, also a high fish meal diet or low fish meal diet, and 2 levels of bile acid. And in this experiment, we can see that it's very clear. Here is the intestine, and we can see that the intestine health would be improved after we supplemented the bile acids in the diet. It's very clear here. And we also detected the gene expression related to the apoptosis. And we can see that the dietary supplementation of bile acids in the low fish meal diet also improved the immune response of the wet shrimp. And here is another experiment in the wet shrimp. And in this experiment, we used the bile acids provided by Longchang. And in previous study, we used the CDC, but in this study, we used the commercial bile acids. And it is a similar experiment, and we also have the high fish meal data, low fish meal data, and the 4 supplementation level of bile acids. And for the growth performance, we can see that with the addition of bile acids, the growth, the final body weight, and the weight gain, we can see they increased after we supplemented the bile acids in the low fish meal diet. And one of the main reasons may be the bile acids could enhance the molecule-related gene expression. We have detected lots of molecule-related gene expression. We found that bile acids could enhance their expression. So this may be one of the main reasons for the growth-promoting effects of the bile acids. And here is an article we published in last year, and in this experiment, we mainly detected the gene expression related to the sterol metabolism and the bile acids circulation related gene expression. And we also found the bile acids could promote the sterol metabolism. And above the study, the research we have done in the last 5 years, and now in the future research we are interested in some directions, such as the single cell transcriptomics, and we want to find the cell population and the cell communication changes induced by the bile acids. And we also want to explore the association between the intestinal microbiota and the bile acids metabolism. And we think the intestinal microbiota may be very important to the bile acids metabolism. And we also want to evaluate the different function of the commercial bile acids and the pure bile acids, such as the CDC and the UDC and the different kinds of bile acids. We want to explore the different function of the different kinds of bile acids. So here is the main content of my report, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much, Dr. Xie. Dr. Xie introduced the applications of bile acids in high sugar feed, in high fat feed, and in low fish meal feed, I think covering several types of formulations. Okay, thank you again. And our listeners, do you have questions? If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. You can send your questions to the chatting box.
Okay.
Okay, I got one question. The first one is, what kind of harm will low fish meal diet cause to aquatic animals? How do biases work to reduce this harm, Dr. Xie?
Okay. And in my PPT, I have many examples about the low fish meal diet, and I think the low fish meal diet mainly will reduce the growth and feed efficiency of the animals. I think it's very important, and also it would impair the intestinal health and the immune response of the animals. And in many experiments, we have added the bile acids in the low fish meal diet, and we found that the bile acids could increase the digestibility of the nutrients, and therefore it could improve the feed utilization, and finally will increase the growth performance of the shrimp. And the bile acids, I think it can also protect the liver and the intestine, and it's also very important. And in my report, I think I have many examples about the bile acids improve the organ health of the shrimp and the fish. And I think it's my answer of this question.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Xie. I think the answer is quite detailed. I think you have fully answered the first.
Sorry, so there are other questions? Or? Hello?
And the second question that I got from our listeners is, carnivorous fish are intolerant to high glucose. How does the passage regulate glucose and the lipid metabolism?
Oh, yes. For many carnivorous fish, they have relatively low ability to utilize the glucose, and if they intake the high starch diet, it would cause the metabolism disorder, and I think the inflammation. And for the bile acids, I think it can accelerate the utilization of the glucose and the lipid, and it can also increase the secretion of the insulin. And also important, I think it could reduce the inflammation. But I think compared with the high fat diet, the application of the bile acids in the high starch diet may need more research in the future.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Xie. And we have the third question is, have you ever did a trial apply bile acid of to diets less than 10% fish meal for venomous shrimp, and what's the result of performance?
Yes, it's a good question, and until now, we have not less than 10%. Usually, we use the 15% and all the 10%. But I think in we would use more with the dirt less than 10% fish meal, and I think biliares will show the greater function in the extremely low fish meal diet.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your detailed answers. And now I'm gonna invite the next one. Next, let us invite Dr. Abdallah to share with us new sites in aquaculture feed formulation. If you have more questions, you can continue to send your questions to our chatting box. Dr. Xie will continue to answer these questions. And now let's invite the next one, Dr. Abdallah. The topic that he's gonna share with us today is new sites in aquaculture feed formulation. Hello, Dr. Gao. Can you listen to me?
Yes, I can listen to you, but the video here is disabled. So if it's not necessary, I don't know. Do you hear me now?
Can you open? 打开摄像头，他只是想分享 PPT。意思是他打开摄像头能看到他，然后我翻译。Okay, can you open the camera? Now we are sharing the screen for you, and you can open your camera. Can you see the PowerPoint?
Yeah, yes. I think
Okay.
now. Do you see me now?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Now you can start.
Yeah, okay.
And
Good,
tell us that you
good
want to change your
afternoon.
PowerPoint
Good
page.
evening for PowerPoint. Now it's okay?
Your internet is not that.
Do you see me now?
We can hear you. You can continue.
Do you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay. Here today, we are going to have some insights in the aquaculture feed formulation. Before we start, are going to introduce our products and introduce our company, and then followed by the second part and third part about the bile acid functions and bile acid application. The part one, product and company presentation. Longchang Group, Shandong, Longchang Animal Health Product. The main product here is our Runeon, and this is the bile acids, the pure bile acid products, and the main function is to improve the fatty delivery and increase the liver metabolic ability, which means we could increase the diet fat level. We have also another two plant extracts. It's the Happiness 100 and the Eucalyptus, and there are plant-based extracted products. Longchang, Longchang is the first company producing bile acid for animal industry, and they are the standard setter for the bile acid production. Also, our company have the owns the intelligence property of the bile acid production lines according to the last and the state-of-art technology to produce such fatty acids in low cost and high efficiency. Our annual sales about $300 million. Longchang's company have a little long history on the development to the industry, starting from the 2004 and passing by many main changes in our company development, reaching till the have many branches around the world and producing enough production quantity for our customer around the world. Longchang's vision is to help 6,000 outstanding feed companies and farming practitioners to create wealth in a green production way. And our mission is to focus more on the R&D research, natural products, and with low cost and optimized production system. Also, we have other products that are related to the acidifiers, including calcium formate and potassium diformate, and also including the sodium diacetate. Recently, we have finished the construction of the industrial park. It's have the most recent technology in bile acid production, and it's a global largest bile acid industry park, especially for animal health. And the bile acid mandatory standards setter as we with a cooperation with the Chinese government to set such kind of standard. The production capacity is about 60,000 tons a year, and there are a full industrial chain starting from the raw material production till the final product and packing. The industrial park is fully automatic and using new technology and computer system both to control the production system. Also, like the product quality, there are product quality control system, and because this quality is very important, that we are sure that our product is high efficient and at standard level. Also, there is an integrated manufacturing design. It's providing us with a low cost, low energy, and optimize the production level. On the green environment issues, that the wastewater and the gas and wastewater, they come out of the factory, they are treated properly in a green way, that to keep the environment clean and sustainable. The technical team in our company is not just we only have professional people in R&D and R&D department that they are trying to optimize our product applications, but also we have a consult team from a high level scientist with experience in industry and research. Also, we have specified teams. They are specialized in some in animals and not another. For example, like we have the poultry team and we have the livestock team technical, and also the aqua team, and the last is the ruminant team. The R&D potence, we have the fatty acid determination ability, and we have the amino acid determination facilities also. In addition to the oil quality test, which means that we prepare a quality report and to evaluate such kind of oil sources for our customers around the world. And by the end, we have also the mycotoxin test to determine which one of the raw material have more or less one or two or other mycotoxins. Regarding to the academic consultants, we also, it's a kind of platform that we are in a cooperation with other scientists. They are very, very specialized in nutrition and fatty acid metabolism, that we have a kind of cooperation and consultant to get to the state of art of what we are working on. And in our case, it's here the bile acid. Our department of R&D have some achievements and cooperation with many high and prestigious universities in domestic and international. Also, there's many scientific articles have been published in prestigious journals, indicating that we are in a solid way to achieve high productivity and high efficiency for our products. There is some examples of those products, and they are also available to our customer when you need more information about it. And here's also the rest of the list. Regarding to the intellectual property that we are leading the bile acid production technology and bile acid product efficiency, we owing the state of art of this technology, or trying to invent with other professional people that we have such kind of technological and advanced system of production, and also is registered as efficient for our company. Also here, there's some certificates for the new products we have, and the quality evaluation that we have from the related authorities in China and in other countries. Here, as I have mentioned earlier, that our company is the fatty acid production standard. Why we do this? We do this because we have looked to the market, and we found that there are many bile acid products in the market, and these bile acid products or bile salt products, they are not the same. Different colors, different in physical appearance, and they are different in many ways. That means that the market is still at the early growing level, that we are our duty to try to advance this market by trying to set some rules and set some standard for the production. And then the last aim is that the final aim is to improve the industry for bile acid and improve the safety and the profitability for the product. Also, the bile acid presses regulations for raw material that guarantee that safety not only for animal but also for human consumption. The main markets that actually we have our products extended and reached many international and main producing companies in China and around the world, different countries and different continents, that we are exporting these products to them, and they are approved, whether it's by our own experiments or scientific experiments or by their own experiments, and is approved to have this kind of thing. As you see in these pictures, you have different activities around the world with our professional sales teams, marketing teams, and technical teams around the world. We are trying our best to reach it everywhere. Here is some cases from different countries that they actually tried it without, like, it's kind of a practical evidence that we have tried them, and then we have solid results for that. So here we come to the second part, which mainly is about the bile acid function, which prepare us to know some advanced or some information on the feed formulation for low cost and better achievement. Depends on our discussion on the bile acid function. We are going here to represent about 6 or is about eight parts in this part. The first one is the fatty acid delivery, and here we mean 3 parts. The first one is emulsification, which means we divide the big droplets of lipids to small ones. We increase the surface, so we increase the interaction with the lipase. The second one is the digestion, that the lipase itself do its work, and at this stage that the fat is getting break down to the fatty acids. And the last one is absorption. After fatty acid is free and with triglyceride, they come together in amide line and then combined with the bile acid, and the bile acid help them to be delivered to the receptor and transporter, and then the bile acid back again to repeat the same function. Next, the fatty liver control. So fatty liver control, how it's happened. You know, if you increase the fat level in the diet, that means you will increase the fat, the fatty liver. But when you use the bile acid, there is nothing about the fatty liver. Why? Because the fatty acid is not just emulsifier. Fatty acid also work on the main two PPAR master genes. This master gene, they master the mechanism. The one is called the PPAR alpha. This is the second line, and this increases the fatty acid oxidation directly. Another one is the PPAR gamma, and this one is moving the fatty acid from the body to the liver to be oxidized. So the bile acid doesn't work only at the intestine as an emulsifier, but also work in the liver, work in the muscle, work also in the subcutaneous tissues, and store fat in the body. The third point, it's about intestinal damage repair. In this part, we explain how the bile acid improves the intestinal. There is some kind of bacteria, mycotoxins, or even plant protein sources. They have anti-nutrition factors or have the negative effect on the intestine. For example, the bacteria. The bacteria have some toxins that affect the intestinal health and affect also the abundance of the healthy bacteria. And here the bile acid encourage the healthy bacteria over the negative or the pathogenic bacteria. This is number one. Number two is the mycotoxin. Mycotoxin, they are toxins. They are affecting the health of the intestinal cells. And here the bile acid come and chelate them and hold them, which means the bile acid inactivates these toxins, which means we protect the intestinal wall function. And the last one, there is any kind of pathogenic bacteria or mycotoxins or toxins or any kind of strange bodies come to the body. It's induce the inflammation and induce the ROS production. The ROS, this is with what we call is reactive oxygen species. And here the bile acid also hold these molecules and protect the intestine. As we see in the picture, the healthy one is the green one. This is, there are healthy bacteria, there are mucus layer and so on. As we see in this picture, this is the experiment that we try to explain how the bile acid hold the mycotoxin. And here, as we see upper there is when you decrease the bile acid concentration, you increase the mycotoxin abundance, and the opposite is right. The next here we can summarize how the bile acid decrease the mycotoxin. The next slide we can see there is four ways. The first one is the bile acid form a complex with the mycotoxin, which means deactivates the mycotoxin activities. Second is bile acid directly holds the ROS, as we have said, this is the free radical, which means we decrease the free radical come from the mycotoxin contamination. The third one is the bile acid induce the RXR, and this RXR receptor send a message to the liver to increase the protein production. They are responsible for mycotoxin detoxification. The last one is increased mycotoxin degradation bacteria. The same bacteria in the intestine, the same bacteria, they are consuming the bile acid. They are the same bacteria, they are detoxifying the mycotoxin, which means we feed the mycotoxin, we increase the bacteria, which increase the mycotoxin degradation. The next is that heat stress. Heat stress is more obvious in the poultry, but here in the fish is a little different. In the fish, that when you increase the heat or the temperature, it affects the fish metabolism. When you increase the temperature level, there is activated metabolism. And there is no problem with the activated metabolism, but the problem if you continue to activate the metabolism, and then it means you have a continuous metabolic waste in this way that the body increase the ROS level, and in this case the bile acid holds this ROS as we have explained earlier. At the left side, that is the direct reaction response from the fish when you increase the heat stress, that there is the heat shock protein expression increase, and this is have a negative effect on the immune and the inflammation. And in this way, that this negative could be manipulated by the bile acid by increasing the BBAR alpha activity, which means increase the fatty acid oxidation. The last one is the microbiota composition. The microbiota composition, when you change the microbiota composition, which means you change the bile acid metabolism in the intestine, and this reflected to the metabolism in the intestine. In this case, when you apply the bile acid, you are going to encourage the favorable bacteria, which they are already using the bile acid, and that means they are competitive against the pathogenic bacteria. In this one, the molting enhancer, and molting enhancer especially for shrimp, it means, you know, as we can summarize this one, that when the shrimp come to the molting stage, it needs more energy to sensitize more enzymes, sensitize more proteins, sensitize such kind of exoskeleton. Yeah, in this case, you need energy, so it can be provided by the bile acid, as the bile acid induces the fatty acid oxidation in the liver. In addition, that the bile acid synthesis, it comes also by addition of bile acid. This bile acid synthesis increases the cholesterol, and this cholesterol is related to the molting hormone. So when you add bile acid, you increase the cholesterol, you increase the molting hormone synthesis, which means you increase the ability. And the last one is the disease control. You know, when the shrimp exchange the old exoskeleton by new one, there is in this area, in this period of time, that the shrimp, they are a little weak to bear the pathogenic bacterial invasion. So when you use the bile acid control the pathogenic bacteria, and it helps you. And we will know later how that happened by bile acid. Here, this is the disease prevention, as we just have mentioned now. That the disease prevention, we can take a look here how it's happened. Yeah. So here we divide it to three sections. The first one is pathogens, how the bile acid interacts with pathogens. The second one is how bile acid interacts with intestine, and the third one, how the bile acid interacts with liver. When you come to the pathogen, there is a direct way. The first is that the bile acid as emulsifier come to the bacterial cell wall and attach to it and break it down, and then they die. And the second one is that, and also that this bacteria produce some toxins. These toxins go to attack the shrimp and attack the fish. In this case, the bile acid holds these toxins and prevent their effect. In addition to the indirect way, how it's coming in the indirect way? There is some other bacterial toxins, but there is no direct interaction with the bile acid. But they go to the body and make some side effects, including inflammation and weaken immune response and something like that. But the bile acid go to the other way and try to control and decrease this side effect. The second part is about the intestine. So the intestine directly, it's hurt by the free radical, which we call it ROS molecules. And here the bile acid can control this kind of molecules. Also, the indirect way that the bacteria the bacteria which are responsible for the producing short chain fatty acid, this kind of bacteria can consume the bile acid. What does it mean? What does it mean if we supply some bile acid? It means we support this kind of good bacteria, and they are going to produce more and more short chain fatty acid. Here's the point. Short chain fatty acids, as they are already acids, they are going to increase the pH, which is very healthy for the intestinal structure, for the villi length, villi width, and other important features. The last part is related to the liver. The first is how the bile acid affects the liver function and how it's called. The first is prevent fatty liver, because it means a fatty liver, it means high load and high stress over the liver, which means the liver cannot do its own function. So the bile acid increase this kind of yeah. If we back to the last slide, please. We haven't finished it. So the liver here is about the function. So hold the ROS, prevent fatty acid liver, and also do the detoxification and toxin elimination. And the last part, and this actually is a new part, new thing even in science, the last few years, that the bile acid increase the bile acid circulation, which means this circulation of the bile acid from the liver to the intestine, from the intestine to the liver, it gives a chance the liver to transfer this kind of immune proteins come to the intestine and protect the intestine against the pathogenic. And here we come to this slide that we already have now on the screen. It's about the people. As you know that when sometimes when we go to the kitchen and cook something too delicious to eat, and then we try to clean the chicken we have, and sometimes we do a mistake and rupture this bile, and then it comes to the meat and make the meat a little bitterness, you know. So basically, this bile acid have a bitterness test. So how the bile acid increase the feed intake if they already are bitterness? Actually, it depends on the recommendation or recommended level. If you supply bile acid high quantity, it's going to have this bitterness. But if you are applying the bile acid at the recommended level, that they are not reached to that level of giving that much bitterness test. That means this bitterness test is increase the growth by inducing the immune and the glucose metabolism and increase the insulin sensitivity. But there is another step for this one. The bile acid uses the same transporter of amino acid, which means amino acid in the mind know there is amino acid passing by this transporter, or bile acid passing by this transporter. It gives a message to the brain and telling that the fish, this food is very delicious, because the bile acid uses the same channel of amino acid. The next is bile acid applications. Here we are going to present some examples of how the bile acid application improve the fish. But actually, as we know in science, that we design the experiment to answer one or two questions, and in this way we are more or high effect. Here I can show you the condition, and then we understand that the bile acid even have more ability, more than what we can see in the paper. For example, this is about the Pacific white shrimp. There is two studies here, and there is also another one. Here is the soybean protein is too high. It's about 70, and the cottonseed meal is about another 70, but the fish meal is only 100, which means it's about about 40% fish meal and about 60 or 70% plant protein source. And here we have been used. This is about 1 gram per kilogram, and then we have found that the shrimp growth improves, but actually is not that much. When we go to the second, body weight is not so obvious. It's not because the bile acid doesn't work. It's because the design here was only focused to answer this question. So we are going to show you that other research have obvious effect that we can understand that how bile acid more strong. When you come to the tilapia here, the next slide, that we see that they have been using about 0.15 gram per kilo, and it's increased the growth rate by 10%. Actually, even it's a low dose of bile acid, but here it's for yeah, it's for tilapia. You know, they are not carnivorous, so it's more kind of good effect. The next slide is about the largemouth bass. It's a bass, but it's a freshwater fish, and also, as we have said before, that we are trying to answer some questions, and here it's improves the gut barrier, improves the gut microbiota using this 300 milligram per kilogram. And the second slide, the second study that also includes the BUFA. And BUFA, you know, here it's a fat soluble nutrients, which means when we use the bile acid, we increase the liberation of these ones, and they are already available for the body. Next slide here is about the common carp, and here actually this study is designed to be more industrial experiment. Which means they already got the bad effect. You have been using much protein sources, plant protein sources, and the other side use the same diet with bile acid, enough level of bile acid. Here increase the body weight by 40%. That is why when we take a look to any kind of research paper, we need to understand the experimental design and the question we need to answer and the results, and they're related to the experimental design, then we can know where we are. So for example, here is 40%, is a very big number. If your fish reaches like 100, the other fish with bile acid can be 140 grams. It means you increase your profit by 40%. It's a very big number, and they deserve for more studies. The second one is here is this is the Tongus solo. This is the solia. This kind of fish also they increase the body weight by 36%. This is actually when you use many other kind of feed additives, they increase the growth might be 5-10%, and it's very satisfying. But when we come to 30-40%, this is breakthrough. Is deserved to try and deserve to get these benefits for our companies, our work, our families, and our society by the end. So here, this is some recommendation. How we got this recommendation? Actually, this recommendation depends on research analysis. Next slide, please. It depends on the literature analysis. Depends on the field trials. It depends on the customer observation, and we got you here the recommendation level for the bile acid doses. And as a herbivorous fish, it could be from 200 to 500 per ton, and for carnivorous from 1 to 2 kilograms per ton, and for shrimp it's about 800 to 1 kilo per ton. And why here the dose is a little, the range is a little wider, because it depends on depends on your diet composition. So what kind of problems or what kind of obstacles you have in your diet means how much bile acid level you can use in your farm. So other one, some people can use 200, some other people use 500, and in all cases you will have profits, but depends on the condition you have in your situation. And actually here it's the end of my presentation, but I would like to say that the bile acid have interaction with other feed additives. Some of them have positive effect, and some of them they have a negative effect. For example, let's focus on the negative effect. That if you have polyphenols, if you have seaweed products, if you have antibiotics, if you have toxin binder, you don't need to use most of them in while you are using your bile acid. Here you can find the bile acid effect is higher and better depending on your situation, depending on understanding the effect of bile acid. Here is the end of my presentation, and I would like to thank you all for your listening, and I'm very happy to receive any kind of questions. So if you have any questions, feel free to write down to the chat, and I will be immediately try to do my best to give you the best answer.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Abdallah. Dr. Abdallah talked about Runeon functions of bioacids as well as the formulation of aquatic feed. I think there are some quite new insights in aquaculture. If you have any questions, just like Dr. Abdallah said, please feel free to ask. You can send your questions to the chatting box. Well, the first question that we got is, how is bioacid used in carnivorous fish, such as sea bass? What are the effects, Dr. Abdallah?
Yeah. Generally, the carnivorous fish, they are using a high level of fish meal and also high level of fish oil. And when we replace such fish meal and fish oil, that we have a large amount of different sources. In this case, that you give the fish a large quantity of fatty acid and amino acid they don't need, which means you waste your protein or you increase the fat deposition on the liver or even decrease the growth. In case you use the bile acid, that means you increase the fatty acid oxidation, which means you don't have a problem with such kind of unfavorable fatty acid come to the sea bass or sea bream diet. In this case, you improve their growth and you can use different kind of alternative to the fish meal and fish oil at the same time.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Abdallah. I think it's a quite good summary of how bioacid used in carnivorous fish. Now, the second question that we had is how bioacids improves fish flavor and quality.
Yeah, actually, improving fish liver function, it depends on that. It means that we don't give a big load on the liver. Or if you increase the metabolic rate in the liver, it means you increase the burden, the stress over the liver, which means you need to help the liver to do its function at high level. For the bile acid increase the demand on energy, which means encourage the liver to increase the fatty acid oxidation. But this is not enough, because when you increase the fatty acid oxidation, you mean you increase the metabolic waste, and this metabolic waste stop the growth, block the growth, or decrease the growth. At this moment, the bile acid can handle this waste in terms of ROS level, in terms of increasing the fatty acid oxidation, in terms of detoxification, in terms of mycotoxins, and in terms of pathogenic bacteria. So by the end, it's the bile acid increase the liver function and also clean after the metabolic high metabolic rate.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Abdallah. I think everyone got the answers that they wanted. If you have questions, you can continue to send the questions to the chatting box. We will answer you as soon as possible. And now I'm gonna invite the next speaker. Let's welcome Dr. Rumi. Dr. Rumi will give us an introduction to development of a cost-saving diet and utilization of ingredients to protect liver function. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Tracy, for the warm welcome to this event. Can you hear my voice clearly?
Yes, your voice is really clear. Now you can start.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, then I will share my screen first. And
Dr. Rumi, could you please open your camera?
Sure. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So yeah.
Okay.
And can you see my slide?
Yes.
All right. So let's begin for this. Let me go for the first. Okay. So thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Lahanse, for inviting me. And good morning and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in Indonesia right now, so I would like to say good afternoon because right now it's almost 6 p.m. in Jakarta. Today, I would like to talk about development of a cost-saving diet and also utilization of specific ingredients to protect the liver function of fish. In this case, I would like to use Florida pompano as the example of for the liver function. And my name is Romino Friadi, and coming from Jakarta Technical University of Fisheries. This is a university under the Ministry of Marine Affairs and Fisheries Republic of Indonesia. So, thank you, Lahanse, for inviting me. This is the point for my talk today. First, I would like to talk about feed and aquaculture. What is the challenges in aquaculture and cost of ingredients? And also, the second one, I would like to talk about how to develop economical feed by using cheaper ingredients. I will bring in one example with distilled dried grain with solubles, or better known as DDGS, and also development of local and also sustainable ingredients. For instance, like insect meal and also corn product with special attribute with the low aflatoxin in the corn. And also for liver protection, yeah, we already seen and also we already hear about the functionality of bile acids. But today I will bring you the different perspective that the ingredients, the use of ingredients can also have a functionality to protect the liver. So if we discuss about challenges in aquaculture, so based on the Global Aquaculture Alliance, there are several challenges in aquaculture right very fluctuation right now. And if we look at the shrimp industry, you know that in the last 3 months, the shrimp prices keep going down while the feed prices keep going up. So this is a challenge for the farmer. And broodstock also become the challenge. And again, about the feed for the top 5 primary challenge, but this time is about quality. So quality and cost of aqua feed is become a challenge in aquaculture. We know that aquaculture is the world's fastest growing food production sector, but in order to build a very good infrastructure of aquaculture, we need a high investment. So there is always a question about the return on investment number in aquaculture. So if we look at the price, we know that the feed cost is become the primary challenge, and feed account for 50 to 70% of the production cost in aquaculture. And if you look at the price of the and also another alternative protein source other than fish meal, we can look at the soy protein from 1992 to 2024. They also keep going up, and this is become a challenge, and this is the main reason why the feed cost is also keep increasing right now. And it's not only fish meal, and also for the soy protein, the other ingredients, if you look at the corn, wheat, and also they have a similar trend with the fish meal and soy protein, especially when we have a problem with there is a conflict between Russia and Ukraine. So when the ships allowed to leave Ukraine, the price of wheat can be intervened and becoming down. But again, the trend is keep going up for other protein source. And we know that the challenge is not only the rising of ingredient costs, also the challenge on energy costs and logistic costs, and plus there is a depreciation of asset against the US dollar. So we're looking for alternative. But if you look at the trend in the past, in 1990, we have a 69% inclusion level of fish meal and only 90% of the plant protein source. But in the present time, we can also increase the inclusion level of the plant protein source up to 53%, and we can reduce significantly the inclusion level of the fish meal until 31%. But in the future, we also would like to reduce more the inclusion level of fish meal and only until 10%, and also include more plant protein source or plant-based ingredients up to 69%. So this is in the future of the diet formulation. So in order to do this substitution, we need to have a very good blending strategy. If we try to replace the fish meal that have a very good protein content, like premium fish meal right now have a 64 to 65% crude protein, and also they have a good lipid content with the cholesterol and BSA, and have a high lysine and high methionine. So you have to have a very good blending strategy. For instance, if you substitute the use of fish meal with the soy protein, if you look at the soy protein, they have a moderate protein and high in lysine but low in methionine, then you have to combine them with the corn protein. So corn protein, they have a characteristic low in lysine, but they have a high level in methionine. So they can complement to each other. With this blending strategy, we can replace the use of the fish meal in the diet formulation. So to prove this strategy, the blending strategy, we bring in one of our research on the use of the corn. This is corn distilled dried grain with solubles or DDGS as a protein source to replace the inclusion level of the soy protein in diet formulation. So if we apple to apple, we compare between the soy protein and DDGS, we know that DDGS has a cheaper protein level, but the thing is when we formulate the diet by using the isoprotein and also isolipid strategy, we can have a blending strategy. Then this is how we formulate the diet when we use the corn DDGS to replace the soy protein. Then if we look at the diet, the protein and also the nutritional profile, they do not have any difference between the control diet with the high inclusion level of the soy protein with the 5% DDGS, 10% DDGS, and 15% DDGS. And if you look at the amino acid analysis or amino acid profile, methionine and lysine of all experimental diets in a similar level. So then we look at the growth performance of the shrimp, the Penis vaname. Here we have a two trial here. One is in the 52 days, and the second one is in the 84 days, when we develop economical diet by using a cheaper ingredients. With the blending strategy, they do not have any significant impact, or they do not have any negative impact to the growth of the vaname. So in the 52 days, the final body weight of the shrimp in all treatments, statistically, there is no significant difference, but numerically, even we can see that this 5% can offer a better performance compared to other dietary treatment. And for the 84 days, we also have a similar trend. There is no significant difference statistically, but numerically, but by using 5% inclusion level of the corn with the blending strategy with the soy protein and also other protein source, they have a very good performance compared to other dietary treatment. But the happy story is price is down with DDGS. We know that DDGS is around 200, 500, 300 US dollar per ton, and soy protein going up till 600 US dollar per ton. By partially replacing the soy protein with the DDGS, the price is down until 3.055% for the diet formulation. So we can see that there is no effect to the growth performance of the vaname, but at the same time, the price is down up to 3.05%. This is a very good cost-saving strategy. And we also have a confirmation study to confirm this control and laboratory study. We use this commercial pond, and we install HAPA nets to observe the health condition of the vaname. So this is the result for the growth performance. Again, we can see with this more commercial farming system, when you have like more than 100 days of the culture period from PL7 from the baby shrimp until the consumption size, we can see that with a very good blending strategy, even the economical diet can offer a better performance compared to the control diet with a high inclusion level of the soy protein compared with the moderate level of soy protein, and also with the corn DDGS. We can see here the final mean weight for the 5% is better compared to the control treatment, and also 10% and going down, but 15%, at least 50% do not have any difference with the control treatment. And also for the survival is almost similar, but the thermal growth coefficient and also the FCR is more efficient in the shrimp treated with the DDGS. And for the health and the difference between the total hemocyte and lysozyme, meaning that by using DDGS to replace the expensive ingredients such as soy protein, they also do not have any significant impact to the health condition of the banami. And also for the hepatopancreas, we cannot see any difference in terms of the characteristic and structure of the hepatopancreas of the banami by using high level of DDGS, meaning that DDGS do not have any significant impact to the hepatopancreas of the shrimp. And also we have organoleptic tests, because some people say that if you replace the soy protein with the corn, probably they have change in taste. But the thing is, by using organoleptic test, we know that there is no significant difference in terms of taste, but in terms of color, yes, the shrimp that receive corn, they're more brighter, more reddish color compared to the control treatment. And this is come with a conclusion. We have a consistency result when we try to develop economical diet by using a cheaper ingredients. For instance, like a corn DDGS, we can use the corn DDGS up to 15% as an alternative ingredients in shrimp diet, and growth of shrimp fat with a 5 and 10% even better compared to the control group. And dietary inclusion of up to 15% of cheaper ingredients to substitute the use of the expensive ingredients such as soy protein do not have any negative impact to the total hemocyte and lysozyme activity, and also do not cause any significant alteration in the hepatopancreas of the shrimp. Now, for our another strategy to develop an economical diet, we also use local ingredients. You must probably know about the palm kernel meal. This palm kernel meal, Indonesia is one of the biggest producer of the palm oil, so you can imagine that we have abundance number of palm kernel meal that already used for the poultry production, but not for aqua recently. But then when we have a research with the palm kernel meal, we combine them, we blending them with a good blending strategy with additive. For instance, like with the use of the enzyme, protease enzyme, to promote the protein breakdown into more smaller peptides, free amino acid, and then also have a very easy absorption and better utilization. And then we can use the palm kernel meal into the diet formulation, and even cheaper, because palm kernel meal is even cheaper compared to corn DDGS and other alternative ingredients. And we can also use this palm kernel meal and combine them with the protein digestibility enhancer. It could be balance the amino acid to compensate the change between the expensive ingredient to other economical ingredient, and also can also increase the palatability of the diet. So we have a research here with the protease. We use also hapanets, and we use the commercial formulation for the control, and we combine them, and we have a blending strategy with the protease to see that what is the effect of the enzyme. In this case, is protease to the growth performance of the banami compared to the control treatment. And this is how we formulate the diet. We use 10% fish meal, very low inclusion level of fish meal, and moderate level of poultry meal, and we replace the inclusion level of the soy protein with this palm kernel meal with a 5, 10, and also 15% inclusion level of palm kernel meal, and we supplement them. One of the group we supplement with the protease 0.175 here, but other group there is no protease here. You can see in the slide. So this is the growth performance. When you try to develop economical diet, and then you use the enzyme to promote the easier breakdown, and also to enhance the utilization and enhance the absorption, for instance, with the protease, you can see here that there is a difference in terms of the growth. By using a protease, you can have a similar performance with the control treatment. The control treatment, there is no palm kernel meal. They only constitute with soy protein, fish meal, and poultry meal. And by using palm, even though you replace the expensive ingredients like a soy protein with the palm kernel meal, if you blending them with the protease, it can also promote a better growth performance of the shrimp compared to the control treatment. But yes, as the inclusion level of palm kernel meal increase, there is some negative impact to the growth. But again, if you combine them with the protease, then you can also minimize the effect on the growth of the shrimp by using palm kernel meal. This is and for the palatability enhancer, we also have a research with the palatability enhancer. When we try to replace the use of the soybean meal with the palm kernel meal, and then we use the digestibility enhancer with the inclusion level of 0.2%, here, and we can see also the price is down from 1.23% until 3.87% by using enzyme. But when you try to not to include the enzyme, then you can down the price up to 4.89%. But here again, here you can see the growth performance by using a digestibility enhancer. You can also increase the utilization of the palm kernel meal, and you can see here the growth even better, even though statistically there is no significant difference, but numerically you can see the difference that the growth of shrimp that fit with the palm kernel meal in combination with enzyme, they have a better growth compared and palatability enhancer, they have a very good performance compared to the control treatment. And this is the last part of my talk today about the liver protection. So we know that for the role function of liver, previous speakers already talked about liver function in fish and shrimp. And physiologically, we know that the liver of fish are responsible for some basic metabolic function, processing and storage of nutrients, synthesis of enzymes and other cofactors, bioformation and excretion. And some liver has detoxification, also defense function. And we know that if we use the soy protein or alternative protein, they inhibit by the anti-nutritional factors there. But when we include the bile acid in diet formulation and also use functional and advanced plant-based protein source, probably we can also solve the problem with these anti-nutritional factors. We know that the previous speaker is very good presentation that we can see that bile acid can protect shrimp hepatopancreas, and also adding bile acid to feed not only to mitigate the fat metabolism in fish, but also reduce the amount of fat deposition in the liver and also repair the liver damage. But this time, I'm not talking about the bile acid because you already received a lot of information and also big information about the bile acid. But I'm trying to give you another perspective in the diet formulation. We can also protect the liver function of the fish and shrimp by using a specific ingredients that have a specific functionality to protect the liver. In this case, I'll bring in my research on the use of the enzyme treated soy and also the fermented soy. So this is by using the fermented soy. This already has been published, and then it can be easily and freely download in the internet. You can see that our objective is to evaluate several inclusion level of fermented soy to replace the traditional soybean meal. So we want to see, well, we know that by using traditional soy protein, there is some effect to the liver function of the fish. But how about the use of the fermented soy? So this is how we formulate the diet. We partially and completely replace the use of the traditional soy protein, and we use the fermented soy protein in the diet formulation. And this is how we can see the liver function. Here in the basal diet, without any fermented soy, there's some damage and also some alteration in the liver. But as you increase the inclusion level of the fermented soy in the diet formulation, then you can have a better integrity and better condition of the liver in the pompano. And also another ingredients in this case is the enzyme treated soy in combination with skid products to completely replace the poultry byproduct meal. Again, by using a very advanced protein source like a fermented soy or enzyme treated soy, they do not have any significant impact to the liver function. Even the liver function is becoming better with using ingredients that easily to be absorbed and easily to be digested. It is also can protect the liver function of the fish. In this case, it's Florida pompano. So, as the summary of my presentation today, a blending strategy to produce the economical diet to replace the use of the expensive ingredients is still possible. But by using a very good blending strategy, it's not only reduce the total feed cost, but at the same time, you could also maintain the growth performance of the aquatic organism. And the production of functional feed to enhance the nutritional profile and also health condition of aquatic organism, it can also improve the liver function of the fish and shrimp. An ongoing process, we also evaluate several strategies to develop economical feed in several freshwater species. We already did some work, a lot of work with the shrimp and also marine species, but right now we focus on the freshwater species, and also develop the standard protocol in utilizing several local protein, plant protein source in combination with additive to develop economical diet in the future. And thank you for the opportunity to share my research for Lahanse, and I'm happy to take any question that you have. Thank you and have a good one.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rumi. Dr. Rumi introduced the feed and aquaculture, economic feed, as well as liver protection. I think it's a very detailed presentation. I also learned about some feed trends in Indonesia. Okay, now it's the Q&A part. Let me take a look at the questions that we have just received. Well, the first question that we received is, in addition to the use of unconventional feed ingredients, what functional feed additives can be used to comprehensively protect the liver and intestine of animals?
Yeah, thank you, Tracy. About the use of the unconventional feed ingredients, there are several feed additives that can be implemented and combined with these ingredients. I'm suggesting it depends on what your strategy, because if you want to have a very good growth performance, then you can also use the nucleotide or digestibility enhancer. But if your strategy to maintain the health condition of the fish or shrimp during the culture period, then you can use several functional additive like phyto additive and bioacids and other additive to in combination with these feed ingredients. Yeah, I think it depends, but the room for formulation for additive is not more than 5%, because if more than 5% you include the additive into your diet formulation, then it will also affect the price and also the feed cost of the feed. So if you use the several amino acid, you combine them just to maintain a very good nutritional profile of the diet. So please not more than 5%. It can also maintain a good price of the feed. Thank you, Tracy.
Okay, it's a quite detailed answer. And the second question that we got, Dr. Rumi, is what are the potential risk factors associated with using local and sustainable ingredients? What are the dangers to the liver of fish?
Yeah, thank you, Tracy. Several factors by using, because if we're talking about industry need sustainable ingredients, competitive price of the ingredients, and other other terms about the quality. So this is the challenge that need to be fulfilled by the local ingredients. By the local ingredients. So local ingredients need to fulfill this requirement, and they need to maintain the sustainability, the quality, and also the competitive price in the market. So this is the factors using the sustainable local and sustainable local ingredients. But right now, the development of local ingredients it become massive right now to replace the expensive ingredients. But one of the two ingredients, for instance, like palm kernel meal, is becoming promising in the future to replace and also to be used in the diet formulation. So, but the dangers to the liver, yes, by using ingredients with the higher constitute of cell wall and also high fiber content, they have a negative impact to the liver. But then we can combine them, for instance, like with the bioacid, or we can also combine them, or we also added some additive to protect the liver function. I think that's my answer. Tracy,
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think Dr. Rumi answered the question quite fully. And thank you again. Have a nice day, Dr. Rumi. Now I'm gonna invite the next speaker. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's welcome the next speaker and also the last one, Dr. Zhang Jun. Dr. Zhang Jun, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you open the camera?
Yeah, okay.
I think you should share the screen.
You can hear me? You can see me?
Yes. And your voice is very clear. And now please share the screen, your PowerPoint.
Okay.
Is there any problem? Okay.
You can see my PPT.
Yes, yes, now we can. You can start now.
Okay.
Oh.
Hello everyone, I'm Zhang Jun, Director of Longchang's R&D Center. Next, I will
No,
report
no.
our
Wait a moment. Can you 放大你的 PPT？你要不然你有那个啥，你有那个，你看你旁边有那个提示。
Okay.
双击你的屏幕 ，double click the screen。
Sorry. Wait.
Okay. Now you can start. 可以了。
Okay, you can see my PPT. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Hello everyone. I'm Zhang Jun, Director of Longchang's R&D Center. Next, I will report our company's research and development result on the bioassays and the future research and development directions. My report is divided into 4 parts: R&D strategy, platform construction, R&D result, and further passport. Until then, there are our mission, vision, and value. Our company's mission is to focus on the development of the natural and extracted additive to lead the animal husbandry industry in engineering, conservation, and high yards. To make employees live more stable and happier. Our vision is to help 6,000 accelerant feed companies and 10 million farmers correct the work safely. Our value is compassion, reliance in integrity, unity, communication, and learning. The first part is the R&D strategy. Our R&D strategy is to establish the market-oriented research system. And the company has been deeply involved in the bioassays industry for 20 years and have achieved many achievements, including 3 of the most commendable achievements. First, the company has obtained China's first and only new production certificate for bioassays feed additive, which represents the country's recommended for the bioassays products. Secondly, as the center of the bioassays industry standards, we are certainly participating in the formulation of the mandatory national standards, which represent the industry recognize of our company's strength. Thirdly, Longchang's bioassays marketing share in the domestic and the international marketing reaching 6.5% and 75% respectively, representing the marketing recognize of the company's products. There have laid a solid foundations for further research and the development of the bioassays. Our R&D strategy is marketing leadership, scientific foresight, and innovation to win. As a result, 3 main tasks have been carried out. The first is to support marketing service, mainly providing customer with services such as sample testing, product solution, design, and training. The second is to research on key common technology for bioassays, including the extraction process of the bioassays, optimization and efficiency evolution to provide the data support for the iterative upgrade of products. The third is to cooperate with a university research institute to carry out cutting-edge technology research on bioacids, mainly involving the mechanism of action, structure, activity relationship, and the interdisciplinary research of bioacids. On the basis, we carried out the construction of research and development platform. The R&D center has a 3,000 square meter R&D building and a 1,000 square meter aquatic animal breeding base. Certainly, the R&D center is a key library and engineering technology research center for bioacids research in Guangzhou City. And the R&D center has launched a series of scientific research equipment such as GC, HPLC, cell room, etc., to provide the guarantee for the research and development of the bioacids products. The work of the R&D center focuses on the bioacids to carry out marketing service support, R&D innovation, and extra cooperation. Regarding service support, our large number of the animal nutrition and the veterinary expert provide several to customers on the front line of breeding all year around. During the service process, some problems discovered can be solved through the R&D center, and some R&D center results can be verified for efficiency by frontline personnel. In this way, the effective line between the companies and the customers is achieved through this closed loops of the R&D and the technology. On the other hand, as a developer of the national standard of bioacids, we also shoulder the social responsibility of promoting the standards. Therefore, we hold regular training course to allow more companies and customers to learn and understand the new test methods of bioacids. At present, nearly 100 people have been treated. Providing free samples testing service to customers is another important task carried out by the R&D center. In 2023, we tested and issued 2,515 reports for customers. The testing items carry the bioacids oils, mycotoxin, etc. Regarding the research and the development and the innovation of the bioacids, we can establish the bioacids engineering center, which mainly optimize the bioacids extraction process and provide the scientific demonstration and data for the process improvement and carried of the new process of large scale production through the small scale and the pilot scale verification. The core work of the bioacid R&D innovation is the evaluation of the bioacid efficiency. Bioacids have always been a hot topic in reactive phase. The special amphipathic structure to the bioacids manufacturers, including improve the lipid utilization, protecting liver health, and remolding intestinal mycology and other functions. As I bioacids can disperse oil into small oil droplets, which increase the contact area between lattice and the oil, and improve the efficiency of the lattice. After evaluating the efforts of the several immunophysicians, we found we found that biliares are more effective than the lectins as a monographicated, which were testing at the same time. Another mechanism by which biliares improve lipase utilization is to increase the activity of the lipase. The opening of the bile duct and the pancreas and the pancreas in the intestinal at the same location, which indicated that the lipase will be the first to contact biliares in the intestine. Biliares can interpret the lipase among enzymes by changing the structure of the lipase. Its efficiency is improved. In experiments on boiler chicken breeding, it can be found that the experimental group that added biliares alone improve production performance more significantly than adding lipase alone. At the same time, biliares can also promote the absorption of the fat-soluble vitamins. The methyl structure formed by biliares warped fat-soluble substance in the core, thus improving their absorption efficiency. Experimental results showed that the fat-soluble vitamin in the sorrow of the boiler chicken added with biliares increased by an average of the 7.5%. As a result, 5% of additional cost can be solved. Another important factor of biliares is to protect the liver. Mycotoxin contamination in current feed has always been an important problem. Mycotoxin caused several damage to the liver, and the biliares can effectively evaluate this phenomenon. Its main mechanism of this action is one, biliares form complex with the toxin to promote their elimination from the liver and the intestines. Two, improve the antioxidant capacity of the livers. Three, increase the expression of liver's detoxification related genes. So four, improve the intestinal abundance of the microorganism, accumulating the transformation for the mycotoxin. Transcriptional analysis found that adding the biliares to feed increased the expression of the multiple livers detoxification related genes. The third main factor of the biliares to balance the internal mycology. The amphipathic structure of the biliares is similar to the cell memory of the bacteria and can disturb the cell memory and cause the memory destroyed. As we can see from the picture, the surface of the bacteria with the biliares added appears shrinkage has occurred. Our antibacterial experiments resulted finding that biliares have a direct inhibitory effort on common parasitic bacteria in culture, such as E. coli, Staphylococcus aureus, and some of the Vibrio. At the same time, biliares can also reshape the internal mycology. For example, the study has found that after biliares are fed to shrimp, the various contents in their bodies show a tendency to direct with the increase in the amount of the bioacids added, and the abundance of the microorganism is in shape increase. The increased and richer internal microbiome species may be more beneficial to the internal health of sheep. Similarly, bioacids can inhibit the growth of fungi. From the core sample sent by our customer, we isolated a strain of A flavors with high mycotoxin production. After adding bioacids to the plant, we found that the growth of the A flavor inhibition was significantly reduced. Interestingly, as the bioacid concentration decreased, although the bioacid lost its inhibitory effort on the growth of the A flavor, it shows the inhibitory of the aflatoxin production. However, the mechanism of the bioacid inhibit mycotoxin production remains to be further researched. We technology of the bioacids, we have cooperated with the domestic university and research institute to establish a research platform for bioacids to conduct research on has achieved many representation in the field of the bioacids. The company has owned the honorary title of the national high technology enterprise, Shandong Province one enterprise, etc. Also own scientific and technology awards such as the Shandong Chinese Agricultural Science and Technology Journal, the Shandong Province Fishery Harvest Award, and the Dezhou City Scientific Technology Award. At the same time, the company has also accumulated numerous patents in the field of the bioacid and has comprehensively protected the bioacid from the product formulas, production process, and the application cost. Through cooperation with the university and the research institute, we have published more than 13 papers. Those papers cover the major animal nutrition journals. In the future, the R&D Center plans to provide scientific and technology assistance for the implementation of the company's major strategy. The company's newly built bioacids industrial park to cover the area of the 13 acres. Once completed, it will become the world's largest bioacids industrialization base. At present, the construction of the product has been completed, and the construction of bioacid crude extraction production line, plant extraction production line, etc. will be carried out in the future. In the future, the research and development direction of the bioacids include application research and chain to click nucleic acid and the process significant some the conjuncted biases. Root of the achievement industrialization. At the same time, conduct research in the field of the biases regulation of the colic and lipid metabolism. The relationship between internal microorganism and disease resistance and immunity. In the terms of the market service support, we will provide the customer with more testing products and better training service. In the terms of the bioethics innovation, we continue to try new production process, conduct more efficiency evolution, and mainly promote bioethics products. In the terms of the cutting edge research on the bioethics, we will continue to deepen process of optimization and function exploration. The company will become the source of the domestic and even global bioethics innovation and achievement transformation center, helping the company leading the development of the global bioethics industry. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Zhang. Thank you for introducing research achievements and the future directions in bioethics development. Let's jump to the Q&A part. The first question that we got, Dr. Zhang, is what value service can Longchang Group provide to us feed mill at present?
Okay, we can now provide our customer with oil quality analysis, feed corporation analysis, mycotoxin testing, and other service. At the same time, the new national standard for bioethics is about to be implemented, and we will also contact the training on the bioethics detection methods for the customers, so that more customers can understand and use the new national standards. We can make a series of the new research of the development achievement in the efficiency evolution, process of the optimization and the action mechanism of the bioethics. Among them, we believe that the bioethics inhibits the production of the mycotoxin, which is a relatively normal discovery, because it provides a new direction of the future application of the bioethics in the prevention and control the mode. Okay.
Okay, thank you for your answer. Dr. Zhang just mentioned that Longchang Group can provide free service like oil quality analysis, feed composition analysis, mycotoxin testing. If you guys need this kind of service, I mean the analysis and testing, please feel free to contact us. We can provide this kind of service for free. And the second question that we got is, what is the future R&D direction of Longchang Group?
Okay, as we all know, bioethics contains three main bioethics components. Though experimental verification, different bioethics have different efforts in improve oil utilization, protecting the liver, and resharpening the internal mycology. Therefore, based on the different needs of the farmed animals, developing a combination of different bioethics with strong performance is a major research and development direction of our company in the future. At the same time, in the process of the cooperation with the university, it's an important research direction for us to explore more and new factors of bioethics and improve the application value and of the bioethics products in breeding. In addition, we we are also focusing on the extracting more functional substance for the bioacids, such as the bilirubin.
Okay.
That's all.
Thank you, Dr. Zhang. I think it's a really good summary. Thank you again.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and
Bye.
And I think that's all for today's webinar. A lot of knowledge and information today. I hope you all got what you wanted to hear. And I see a lot of people asking for our PowerPoint, right? Thank you for asking, first of all. Because this means that you guys are very interested in today's webinar. And we will share the PowerPoint. You just need to leave your email address here. If you want to know more about bioacids, or you would like to get more information about bioacids, you can also contact us. We are more than happy to help. Thank you again for your participation today. Thank you for today. Have a nice day, guys. Bye-bye.